Hello everyone, welcome back to Matura Express English. Today we're here with 2 oral exams for advertising and you're going to meet Dominic for the first time, so stay tuned. Perfect. That one?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So,
Pardon me.
yeah, that's okay. We're all still learning. Okay, so today we're doing 2 oral exams on the topic of advertising. The first one you saw actually last week. It's about product placement and influencers. So it's the same routine as every time. First, it's the introduction, and then you'll be asked some questions about career, future plans, whatever I can think of. And then it's task 1, and there's the topic product placement. It's a role play, 3 to 4 minutes, and the situation is the following. You are a marketing expert and have been asked to hold a seminar for young entrepreneurs, who are the examiners, on the advantages of product placements. Your task is to give a brief presentation about product placement in advertising, and you talk about the following 3 top bullet points: a definition of product placement, different ways of placing your product, and the advantages of product placements, especially for young entrepreneurs. Okay? And the task that follows after that is about the influence of influencers. Nice wordplay. And after your talk, you open the discussion up to questions about the role of influencers in product placement from your audience. You use the information from the attached text, which is this one. The link is right here. We're going to put it up in the description of the video afterwards so that you can reread it. Yes, as well as your own ideas during the conversation. And then the last task is, as always, the follow-up discussion, where we're just going to talk about anything that comes up. But the topic is still product placement and influencers, okay? And the second exam we're going to look at after that one. So, you're ready?
Perfect. Yeah, we'll see if I'm ready or not. Yeah.
Perfect. That's Dominic.
Out there.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so welcome, Dominic, to your...
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, you're ready to take your first Matura exam?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Then...
Slightly nervous.
That's okay.
Okay.
Feel comfortable.
Okay.
Don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions about the routine or something, if you don't understand anything.
Okay.
Just feel free to ask. And then why don't you start and introduce yourself to us?
Yes. Hello, my name is Dominic. I'm 29 years old and I'm actually here to study, to get my Matura degree, actually, my school leaving degree, because I want to become an actor.
An actor? That is very interesting. How did you come up with the idea of becoming an actor?
Yeah, you know, I saw actually people out there doing it, and I was wondering I can do that too.
Okay.
And then I started off with small plays, and I thought, okay, this is something I like, and I like the applause, and I like being the center stage. And then I thought, oh well, this is something I can actually do for my life, and at least I want to give it a try, because there is an exam at the very beginning of the study, and we'll see if they're going to take me then afterwards.
Okay. This might seem a bit as a rude question, but why do you need your Matura to become an actor?
Yeah, well, it is a university degree.
Okay.
And this is because I'm going to leave with hopefully going to leave with a Bachelor of Arts, or Master of Arts even, and this is why I need one.
Okay. So when you think about your future and imagine you successfully finished your degree, what would be a role that you would love to act out? Is there any particular one?
I see actually my name in lights at Broadway. Yes.
Oh, it's a theater then?
Yeah,
okay.
Obviously it's theater. And the best that could happen is that I play in a Shakespearean play somewhere at Broadway, which means my English needs to be very proficient as well.
So you're in for the hard stuff then?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I
will
don't
get
know.
you a ticket if you want to.
Oh, you have to. Okay. So,
Will do.
so you chose the topic of advertising.
Yes.
And whenever you're ready, please start with your talk.
Right. I want to start off with the following, namely with what is actually product placement. And you may have come across it already, for example, while you are watching music videos, because it's quite a popular place actually to place product placement. So for example, if you look at pop cultural music videos, talking about Rihanna or Lady Gaga, you see quite a lot of products being used there. For example, the telephone video, I don't know if you have it in your mind, you see, for example, Polaroid or food companies offering their products actually for the stars actually to be in the video. I don't know how much actually the stars get of that, but I imagine it's quite a lot, because it's such a huge exposure and such a huge possibility as well to place your products in a medium where you might not expect it in the first place. Or another example is also Lady Gaga's poker face. Actually, betandwin.com has quite a lot of slogans out there in the video, and I was just wondering, and the first time when I thought about it, actually it fits the context, and then I was just like, that is interesting and a smart marketing move to actually have the song Poker Face in this video, the song Poker Face and the logo of Bet and Win in this video. And I thought that is smart, but that's just one possibility actually to market in a new way. For example, I don't know if you are familiar with Instagram. Okay, so I don't need to explain it to you. Fine. What I've just noticed that many celebrities actually nowadays use Instagram and the stories and posts to showcase actually products by, I don't know, cosmetics, for example, if you think in terms of makeup and so on and so forth, or cars as well, and quite a lot of technologies are also exposed over there. And I thought, oh wow, that's actually interesting to use someone as a tool to place your product in the right place, because I think, this is my opinion, that these new media applications, talking about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so on and so forth, whatever's out there, is a good way, or an efficient way maybe, to actually target a certain group. And especially, maybe you've heard about it, that the millennials, so this other generation we are talking about, actually uses these applications quite a lot. And obviously, for example, what happened to me is the following, that I get quite a lot of ads concerning T-shirts made with organic wool, or organic cotton, that's the word, because I have got an interest in that, and obviously they collect in the background, like Facebook collects your pieces of information about your personality, and they actually give you what you want. This is also another way to place your product in the right place, or in the right application, for example. And just have a look at it again. Yeah, I think talking about advantages, obviously in this case, I'm very much interested in such products, and I have now the advantage actually to access it way more easily, because I just get the offer like that. I'm not a great aficionado of stars and so on and so forth, but I think this algorithm that's actually behind all these social media applications works very well. But it is like, it has a dark side to it as well, because obviously you give quite a lot of your personality in order to get these pieces of information, or exactly that product that might fit your interest as well.
Okay, well, thank you for your talk. You as a marketing expert, you just, in your last sentence, you said something about the dark side. Could you maybe say something more about that? What
the dark side of, yes, of course. Because we've heard about Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg over the last few months, that actually Facebook gave away pieces of information of Americans who got influenced to probably did they. We do not know for sure at the moment. During the last campaign in America of the election campaigns that were out there, and it is dangerous because someone is out there using these pieces of information to manipulate you, and this might be the great disadvantage to everything, because what's still up to your freedom, or what's up to you? Can you still freely decide what you want to see and what you want to get? Especially as soon as you enter the internet, you are basically a known person to everyone on this whole wide world and this planet.
But isn't it a good thing if I influence people with advertising? Like, for instance, if I'm a young entrepreneur, which I am, who I am, and I want to sell my product, isn't that a very good thing?
We were talking about the dark side.
Yeah.
Talking about the advantages for companies, for example, absolutely.
Okay.
If I know, whom to target in that moment, that works perfectly then. Because I say, okay, my product, let's say this and that smartphone, I want to target young hipsters, and I've got a profile pictures of thousands of people, let's say like this, and they are likely to use that mobile phone because it has certain features that actually probably fit their interests. I can expose them to their product and actually profit out of that. So from the perspective of companies, it is absolutely useful to have these pieces of information.
Okay. So,
like, for example, another example is to be very stereotypical right now. If I've got women in their 20-something, and they posted some pictures while going out. They might be interested when they have makeup on. They might be interested in makeup products, and this is then the perfect opportunity actually to target them with ads concerning this and that product.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say about like using especially celebrities for product placement? Is that only positive or only negative? What do you think about their function as a role model to especially kids?
From a company's point of view, actually it is only the way to go for, let's put it like this, because celebrities are eye catchers. If you know, for example, someone, a famous person, you will look at that person because you are familiar with the person, and you look at that picture, at that video, because you're just like, that is, I don't know, let's stick with Lady Gaga. There is Lady Gaga, what's she doing there? And then if they're smart enough actually to incorporate a product without it being exposed, like, okay, it's in the middle of your face, okay, this is the new product, buy it. But if they incorporate it, like it lingers into a picture, then people might be, what's she actually using? And then it doesn't have that ad feeling you have on TV. And I think it just comes round you and embraces you very slowly, like a dark shadow, and tries to lure you in. From the other point of view, obviously, kids from an early age on are already exposed to stardom or fandom, whatever you want to call it. And at that age, this is also why it's incorporated in school systems, they do not have like this media awareness, you can call it, that they are absolutely just exposed to that without thinking what's happening, and they just have the urge to buy it, and they don't get why yet, because they haven't reflected upon this topic. So from that perspective, obviously it is dangerous. However, companies absolutely use that, and you as a company leader may use it as well. Okay,
well, thank you very much for that very interesting talk and the discussion. And I would like to move on to the follow-up discussion, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
First question, do you use Instagram? Are you an Instagrammer?
Yes, I use Instagram.
Okay, so what do you use it for? Do you follow actually an influencer? You would call an influencer?
Oh, well, I follow some influencers. Let's put it like this. For example, I follow the Gorillas because I like their kind of music and I want to be up to date. Obviously, when they post a story or a picture, I'm immediately interested in what they want to put out, want to show me, and I want to listen to the song because I enjoy the music very much. And then obviously, I'm not aware if they're using their posts and stories for other products as well, but I will pay
Maybe you should check.
I should check just to have the awareness at least. And I use it as a source of information. Obviously, I follow friends as well and look at what they do, and they are all over the world. So I'm able to be a part of their lives as well. Just via reacting or asking, hey, you're over there, what's it like, and what can we do, and so on and so forth. And but I'm not much of a person who comments quite a lot on pictures. If so, I ask, okay, how are you doing, and I'm really interested, but I don't comment like, oh, I like that picture very much. That's not necessary in my opinion. What about you? Do you use it?
No.
Why?
Because I just I really don't see the sense in it for me personally. I just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get Instagram. Like, really. It's
So you don't like pictures?
I do like pictures, but I mean, the people that matter to me get them to me otherwise. So I just, I don't like this whole lot of information. I don't like the pressure of having to post a picture like every day from everything I do. I know, but
like for
it
example,
it's too much for me. I can't.
From my perspective, I don't like posting too like 2,000 pictures a day. So I'm really much aware of what I want really to share, what I really want to share with the world.
But I've never been a poster of anything, of any information. Like, I didn't post on Facebook. I'm more of the reader. I stalk people, you know. I find it interesting,
so
because
the one that comes around then afterwards, I've already read it online.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. No, but would you imagine you're a famous actor on Broadway? Would you be a good influencer? Would you want to be an influencer and make money of it, maybe?
I think in that terms, if I'm rich and famous, which I will be.
Yes, of course.
Yes. I've got my team, so I don't need to think of these issues as well.
Ah, okay. So you
I
then
hire people to do that for me.
Oh, you hire people to influence other people to buy the stuff that you
it's good money
supposedly.
then.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting system. I would like to talk about it a bit more, but our exam is over.
We're running out. We can grab a coffee right
Yes, let's do that. Okay, Dominic, thank you very much.
Yes.
Can you set me back
I will
on?
see if I can. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So. That was a very lively discussion and a very lively exam. Can you put up the PC?
Yes, I will see if I can. That one.
Yes, you can. Okay, so this one, we don't have to talk about this. That was the introduction. Dominic did a great job, like explaining what he wants to do and why he wants to do it. This is one really slight criticism only. This is not really the part to ask questions to your examiners. I mean, it kind of fit the situation, but you have to be careful with that, okay? Then task one, here, all this, the situation. He was very convincing, and that fits the role perfectly, because marketing experts, from my opinion, are always very convincing and very live up for the subject or for the topic that they want to bring to the people. So that was quite entertaining. All 3 bullet points were fulfilled, like the definition, different ways of placing, and the advantages. Afterwards, we had the discussion. And here we saw a different side of the marketing expert, the one that is conscious about the dark side and the good side of product placements. So that's very interesting. That shows that you have taken a whole grab of like the overall topic, the topic advertising, that you know your role, that you are in, that you're supposed to be in, but that you also can discuss like the pros and cons and still stick to your role and still be convincing. So very well done. We don't have to talk about language because that was very well. Here, one more thing in the task 2. That is, Dominic repeated like twice that his role as a company leader, or he made very clear from which side from which perspective he's talking. So that's a very wise way to do, because then you as an examiner know exactly that your examinee sticks to his role and knows that he's still in his role. Okay. The follow-up discussion. Nothing to say to that. Very interesting, very good examples, always a story to tell, and that's a nice thing to do, because then you as an examiner, or me as an examiner, you always have things to ask. Yeah, you always have good questions to come up with, and that makes the exam even a bit fun. Okay, so. That was the first exam. Let's move on to the second. If you have any questions, post it in the live stream. But
no questions so far?
Okay, good. Then we're going to move on to advertising, and very surprisingly to manipulative advertising. So introduction stays the same, and then task 1 is advertising. You are the head of a media company selling advertisements. You have you have invited possible new customers to give a talk about the benefits of advertising. So you want to lure them into your company, yeah? Your task is you give a talk to the audience about how advertising works. Simple as that, yeah? Imagine there are people who have nothing to do with advertising yet. So your 3 bullet points are what is the purpose of advertising? Then talk about different strategies for advertising a product or a company, and think advertising big. Yeah, we talked about influencers, mainly Instagram before. So now think big. What is advertising more than just Instagram? Okay, and then the benefits of advertising for customers and products. The second task, where you're still in your role as company leader, going to talk about manipulative advertising. After you talk, you open the discussion up to questions about manipulation in advertising. Use the information from the attached text, which is here, the link is here, which is called manipulative advertising, as well as your own ideas during the conversation. And then again, afterwards, last one, it's the follow-up discussion about the topic of advertising and manipulative advertising. Okay, I'm gonna ask questions, and it's gonna be a discussion. Same. Okay, whenever you're ready, Dominic.
Yeah, well, can I have a look at the task again?
Yeah, you want to make it have a big.
No, just task 2. That's fine.
This one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it here on the screen then.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah? Okay.
Right. Okay.
Here it is
as an
again.
As an actor, I need to put myself into the place of.
Yeah. So let's see if you're
marketing expert.
Let's see if you're still an actor again. So okay. Hello, Dominic.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yes.
And today we are going to talk about.
No, stop. It's the introduction first. Let's start again. Okay.
Yes.
So welcome, Dominic.
Yeah, hello.
Nice to have you here to sit your Matura exam. Mm-hmm. And let's start by you introducing yourself to us.
Yes, my name is Dominic. I'm 29 years old, and I live here in Innsbruck, and I'm here studying to get my school leaving degree, because I want to become an actor, and I need this degree actually to be accepted at the Max Reinhardt seminar, because and there I leave with a bachelor's degree or master degree, and this is why I need the Matura, so to speak, in order to jump in to that system.
So that it opens up like new opportunities for you.
Yeah.
You want to become an actor. Are you more interested in theater or in film?
Yeah, well, I leave it quite open, because I started off in theater, but I had my first acting experiences as well in films. Like, for example, there was one like a few weeks ago at ORF where I participated, but I just played a minor role, but I had some lines.
Okay.
And the director said, yeah, well, I'll keep you on my map. And I was just like, okay, good.
Okay.
That looks like like a beginning. That looks like a beginning.
Okay, and in the near future, could you imagine to use maybe also TV as a start for new?
You mean like soap operas?
Yeah,
or,
something like that.
I don't know if I'm ready for soap opera.
Why not?
Because are they really actors? I don't think so. From my perspective, I really want to elevate to the status of a art actor, not just the one that does the entertaining bits and pieces. I may be, if I'm bad enough, but there are people out there that do good stuff, but I think it's not the way I want to go.
Okay.
Or the way I want to try out. Let's put it like this.
Okay. Very good thing to have a clear path to follow, yes?
Wherever money comes.
Okay, well, we'll see in the future. Okay, whenever you're ready, please start with task 1 with your talk as the head of a media company.
Good.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for inviting me. Today we talk about the topic of advertisement, because we are all, let's put it mildly, newbies to the field, and obviously you want to showcase your products in diverse manners. As far as I know, you're in the field of technology, and you've got a product that is actually, that could change again the landscape of how we use our smartphones. And the thought is, or my thought at this moment is how, what's actually your target group? And this is the first question one needs to be clear about, because if I want to target young people, obviously we need to use other channels, like you've heard of Facebook, social media, and Facebook already has changed because the Generation Y users are rather the Facebook users, whereas the millennials are the Twitter or Twitter more Instagram users, and it depends which kind of people you want to target. When we sorted out that, our next step is to find the right design for your product. In other words, what do we want to go for? Is it just a picture campaign? Is it like a billboard campaign? Because, for example, your colleague over there, actually from the music industry, has plans to reintroduce billboards to market the new album that we've just heard, like Daft Punk has done in the past with their last album, and it worked out perfectly, because people took pictures of the billboards and it spread all over the internet via Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. This is one possibility where we should never forget about streaming possibilities. So obviously, like Netflix, and Netflix is not in there, but for example Amazon Prime, we might slid in there something at least, or YouTube, or also newspapers as well as magazines, because depending on whom we want to target, that very much determines whom what kind of media we're going to use. And obviously television, it depends always what you want to use and whom you want to target. And not to forget, we need to have some kind of, we've got the connections to that. We need to have some kind of celebrities using your product, because they are like tiny little multipliers of your product, because they use it, and then many people see that person using that product, and obviously they create some kind of interest in that product. But we can also stay local, like your colleague over there who just wants to focus on Innsbruck, and then we should go completely other ways, because we could target with leaflets, for example, and then distribute these. Pardon me for that.
That's okay.
These, for example, in the city center, or at university, or wherever we want to. It always depends, or at the train station. Depends what we want to promote and how we want to showcase it, obviously.
Okay. Well, thank you for these ideas. It was quite a few examples. But what I want to know is, I'm new to advertising and to advertising my products, and I'm wondering, like, how true can I be, or how honest can I be about my product when advertising? Do I have to lie about it, that it can do more or that it's more perfect than it is?
You don't
How
have
does
to.
that work?
No, you don't have to. We showcase the best bits of your product. And this is not lying, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, we as a company want to promote products that have a certain kind of reliability and so that really work. Because we as well as a company want to stay clean with our and customers then by the end of the day, because if your product obviously is not worth it and that it actually claims to be, then turns not so well to us, because other companies won't come to us as well. So what we usually go for is we have a look at the best features of your product and then really showcase these, because these best features might also be the unique features of it, and this is also the possibility to put it out there and create the needs also to have that product.
Okay, and like I'm still running the company with my father, and he's obviously not a millennial. So how can I convince him that like advertising in the new media is it better than advertising in the old ones?
That is the simple answer.
Okay.
Because I can show you the statistics and the numbers. We've got the numbers, obviously.
Yeah.
And if he's not convinced by the numbers, obviously we can't help you, because if you don't want to go down that way, obviously you can. It's up to you if you decide to do that. But we see how the numbers and the sales rise by the end of the day.
Okay, and I mean we're a local company, but I'm still interested in the idea of using a celebrity or having a win over a celebrity that advertises our product. Could you think of someone that is maybe local that?
Local enough, you mean?
Yeah, local enough, maybe, yes.
Yeah, you could go for Schlager singer-songwriters. For example, I don't know if you've heard of Hannah, for example.
No.
She's quite big here in Tyrol.
Okay.
We could get her on board, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you think that would be a great idea then?
Yeah, targeting a special kind of audience, obviously. But if that's the thing you want to go for, we can make it happen.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your examples, for your ideas, and for your talk.
Call us anytime.
Yes.
We've got the plan planned.
Okay, that is perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Then let's move on to the follow-up discussion.
Yes.
Okay. Are you easy to fall for advertisements?
That is a good question. Basically, I've got this kind of awareness usually I have this awareness. But when I'm, for example, talking about someone who I really like singers, for example, or famous actors as well, I might be blinded by my interest and not realizing that they're actually showcasing a product.
Yeah.
And although I have got this kind of awareness, I'm not sure if I can really be clear of not being completely influenced by them anyways.
Yeah, okay. And can you think of maybe one occasion, one product where you thought, oh, for God's sakes, I've really fallen for that advertisement and that's not what I expected, and it's the complete nonsense what they've told me and showed me. And
yeah, well, I thought that the iPad is the most useless item one could get, because it's not meat, it's not fish. I don't know what the German expression is for that. It's nor this nor that. Let's put it like this.
Yeah.
It's something in between.
Yeah.
And actually, I absolutely fell for that product, and I've found some kind of purpose in the sense of gaming. So I play quite a lot of games on it. That's it, and I actually can get a way better product to fulfill that purpose, like for example handhelds like Nintendo's blah 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 yada yada yada, like such products that are way more efficient in doing that what I do now with my iPad. But I really fell for that product, and I was just like, yeah, well, I've got it right now.
But that's a perfect example because I've never been an Apple person, but I do have the feeling that like the people around me that use Apple really fall for every product that's out there presented by Apple just because it's Apple, and I think it was stronger when Steve Jobs was still around.
Yeah,
but
like he was that person.
That hype.
Yeah. Well, because I had a very similar feeling with the Apple Watch.
Okay. Oh, did you try it? Did you?
Yes, I had it on.
Okay.
I had the urge to buy it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, no, no, it's again a useless tool in your household.
Yeah.
But I was able to put that need away.
Okay. So because you were aware of it, that.
Yeah, obviously, and then I was just like, yeah, well, that's quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I would imagine because I think the products are quite expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, but so what do you think? Is there anything as a society that we could do against this manipulation of advertisement? Should we do something? Is there?
Yeah, well, they're already starting off. Let's put it like this, because it's in school curricula, for example, to create awareness, and then it's up to teachers to really fulfill that task that they're actually obliged to do. But this is one way to do it, and actually educate young learners concerning that topic and making them aware of how the world works. And the other thing is maybe to self-reflect upon certain aspects, like I did, for example, with the Apple Watch. And it's just like, okay, it is something, it has that logo on it, and I could fall for it, but I need to switch on my brain and really tell myself it's so unnecessary. I should not go down that way.
Okay.
You're laughing, but it's absolutely like this.
No, I know that with different products, but
like?
Yeah. Oh God. I don't know. I'm always falling for like products when I think the product is good because it's organic or it's like fair trade or something. I switch off my mind and think, oh, fair trade, yeah, that's good. That's like there can't be anything bad about it, and that's stupid as well because I mean, like fair trade is not a
fake news.
Yeah, and that's like.
Label again, label.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the same standards in different countries, so you really have to think about, like, rethink every product you're buying, every advertisement you see.
And this is why we buy the budget products.
Yes, obviously. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like in every
placement.
But I mean, it's different. Like being aware and then bringing that awareness to your everyday life and sticking to it.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I walk to the market hall and see the shop that has no foliage around it and what's it called again? Sorry,
know,
product placement.
Yeah. We're in the middle of it already, without even wanting it. Yeah, I know where it is, but Liebe und Lose, is it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I think that's such a good thing. But
they've got ice cream wrapped in foliage then.
Yeah, and something like that. And then it's always like, okay, but the product I'm buying, where is that from? I mean, if that is like the same, that is like in the package in the other store, where is the, like...
But I believe that, I hope, and this is my big hope to the world, they're saying the truth.
Yeah.
As long as they stick to that, I can be fine with that.
You have to believe in something.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're lost.
Yeah.
I think that's very
good.
Last good words, isn't it? Okay, good. Then thank you for your exam.
Yes, welcome.
Okay.
Hang on, that is that one.
Yes. Okay. So, again, we had the actor Dominic. Very entertaining again. This time we talked about different questions, so you can see that with the same job, with the same career plans, you can ask different questions. So it's really up to the examiner what you will be asked about. Okay, just prepare. Know what you want to do in the future. Know why you're taking your exams, and know what you want and what you do do not want. Okay, then the situation, it was very well structured this time, that Dominic, as the head of the media company, told us and my invisible colleagues what our special purpose could be, or what our different strategy could be. So very well done, lots of examples, and different ones, so broad range of examples, what we could do, and yes, and our possibilities, okay? And then afterwards, manipulative advertising. I thought it was a very wise answer, that a very media company selling advertisements answer, when he said, "Oh, you don't have to lie in advertisement." So very wisely done, I thought, and very convincing. He stuck to his role very well in task 1 and task 2. Lots of examples, very eloquent, and then follow-up discussion was very lively, very what did we talk about? No, good examples, especially the answers when he thought about, oh, am I aware, am I not? I don't know, and talked about like what his mistakes were maybe in the past. And then one thing is that you can ask more questions, but you don't have to, because it was a very lively discussion. So I'm satisfied with that. Yes.
We even performed product placement.
Yes, we did. I'm sorry for that. Okay, and then okay, you can. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today with the advertisement exams. Do you know what your topic is for next week?
No, sorry.
No? Oh, that's okay. It's going to be a surprise. Okay, so then we're going to see we're going to see each other in a week. Until that, have fun. And
agreeing and disagreeing.
Agreeing and disagreeing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear him from the back. Agreeing and disagreeing. Very nice, because it's going to be about polite ways and not being impolite. So very good. Well done then. Is there anything more to say? No.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, see you next week. Ton.
Und dort stoppen drücken.